Republican Rodney Frelinghuysen has represented the district since 1995 but announced in January that he won't be seeking re-election this year, denying the party the advantages of incumbency. With 5 congressional seats in play, New Jersey could determine whether or not the Democrats win back the House of Representatives. What people in this district are concerned about is the fact that it's so hard to raise a family here. It's just so costly, and Congress hasn't been helping by raising our taxes. This recent tax bill has gotten rid of our ability to deduct our state and local taxes, Cheryl told News Pulse News. We need to get a tax plan that invests in our families, because right now we have a lot of families that don't even know how they're going to make ends meet at the end of the month, much less how they're going to set aside money for retirement or their kids' education. So that's what I've been critically focused on. The new tax changes have been worse for New Jersey than any other state in the nation, Cheryl said, because the Garden State is already getting less back for the dollars it sends to Washington, 74 cents back for every dollar sent to D.C. Monmouth polling director Patrick Murray describes the district as currently purple but notes it will likely take on a bluer or redder hue as the candidates become better defined. As we move forward, different issues will come into play, and the candidates will have an impact as voters pay attention to who those candidates are, Murray told News Pulse News. One thing we'll see as we get closer to November is whether Mikey Sherrill fits into that mold of candidates who might not be in the progressive wing of the party but are the right fit for their district. Should people denounce neo-Nazis? I can't believe in 2018 we're asking that question, she said. People should denounce neo-Nazis. I don't think most of us would disagree with that statement. Certainly not me. Republican candidate Weber, an assemblyman representing New Jersey's 26th legislative district, is a known entity in New Jersey politics. He's a conservative Republican who went to Harvard Law School and founded New Jersey Reagan Day, an annual gathering of conservatives celebrating former President Ronald Reagan's legacy. In short, he's a standard, dyed-in-the-wool Republican. Murray said this could lead to trouble for Weber, since voters are looking for someone fresh who breaks the mold. He said this is one of the reasons Connor Lamb won in Pennsylvania's 18th congressional district. Lamb wasn't a typical Democrat, but he was the right fit for the district, he said. Weber will come off as people would expect, a typical Republican. Whereas Mikey Sherrill will present something new without scaring off moderate voters, and that's the key, Murray said. Weber did not respond to an interview request from News Pulse News. In a press release he said that his support for Trump will not be an issue with voters because they have other, more pressing concerns. They're not particularly interested in the scandal of the day in Washington, Weber said in a statement. They want to know, are you going to lower my taxes? Are you going to get the government off my back? Both candidates, in fact, are presenting themselves as tax cutters. Weber released a statement accusing Sherrill of supporting tax hikes, and she countered by accusing him of supporting overtaxation. I think that because we're so invested in the country and we have so much at stake here, we have critical infrastructure needs, we have critical economic needs, we are quite frankly the piggy bank for the rest of the country, so growing our economy isn't just good for New Jersey, it's good for this country. This is where well-run government can make or break us. In New Jersey we haven't seen a lot of well-run government in recent years, Sherrill said. Voters in her district may disagree over what's coming out of Washington, Sherrill said, but there's wide agreement across the political spectrum regarding what's good locally, starting with the ability to deduct state and local taxes. I think many of us feel that the post-World War II economy is coming to an end, and so our place in the global economy is changing, Sherrill said. How we are going to provide economic security to people is changing. That's something we are very focused on here in the 11th district. It's really a key and kind of the linchpin to how the country goes. Sherrill doesn't think it's a coincidence that partisan rancor now seems to rule Washington and that under 20% of the current members in the House of Representatives served in the military. More than 70% of the House was comprised of military veterans in 1972, the year she was born. When I was a helicopter aircraft commander and people were entering the helicopter, I never said, "Okay, I'm only taking Democrats on this mission," or "I'm only taking Republicans on this mission." I couldn't have told you the political preference of most of the people in my squadron. But I knew they were all Americans and we were going to get our mission accomplished, she said. Morristown is the heart of the American Revolution, as I'm sure you've heard, in my district. And maybe for the first time since the American Revolution, New Jersey is a battleground state, Cheryl said. It's the epicenter of all these narratives coming together right here.